Web Technologies has continued to this day, starting with the first web design demonstration at WorldSkills in Seoul, Korea in 2001. With the rapid development of web technology and industry, the name of the skill has been changed from web design to web technologies. Experts and competitors come from around 40 countries to participate in web technologies of WorldSkills every time. Web technologies is one of the most important skills following the trend of technological development. WorldSkills occupational standards can be seen on the screen. Test projects of web technologies in recent years are classified into 3 areas as shown on the screen. 2019 competition has introduced Speed Test, which divides the 3 categories above into 5, having competitors present 10 short tasks and submit the results within 3 hours. This is environmental setting for test projects. First, infrastructure of WorldSkills. 1 PC and virtual server are provided per competitor, and various software programs are provided to competitors' window computers, workstation. Second, list of provided software to competitors can be seen on the screen. These are precautions for entire processes. First, the solutions to the test projects presented in this video are very basic and just examples, not a standard way that prospective competitors should follow for WorldSkills. Second, it is hoped that the infrastructure provided can be used to create the right solutions in a way that each prefers or is familiar with. And for speed test not included in the video, please refer to the solution files provided separately. Third, in this video, a local server is installed and utilized on a PC without using a virtual server environment for the prospective competitors who train individually. Finally, the YY used in the folder name for each test project is the country code. From now on, we will install and set up XAMPP, which provides web servers and DB systems for PCs. Search for XAMPP on Google and open the website to download and install the latest version for Windows. After the installation is finished, run the XAMPP control panel to start Apache and MySQL, and open HTTP localhost in the web browser to check. The initial introduction screen will be displayed. To remove the initial introduction screen, delete all files in the htdocs folder under the XAMPP installation folder. Open the code editing program to save the index.html file in the htdocs folder. Do a simple coding as shown on the screen and then open HTTP localhost in the browser to check whether the changes can be seen. Next, we will edit the Windows host file to change the HTTP localhost address to http://01.skill.local. First, you open Notepad with administrator privileges. The host file can be edited and saved only with administrator privileges. Then click File Open the System32 folder under the Windows folder, and then open the ETC folder under the Drivers folder. If you set the file type to display in the list to all files, you will see the hosts file, then open it. Move to the end of the hosts file and add 127.0.0.1 to be connected to local 01.skill.local as shown on the screen. Open the browser and type http://01.skill.local and open the page. These tasks are intended to use an environment similar to the addresses given to competitors at WorldSkills. Next, show briefly the process of installing the code editor PHP Storm. Among the software programs provided, the user can select a code editor with which he or she is more familiar. Hello! Competitors will develop a website, Kazan Museum Tour, which is supported by the content management system given in the training task using WordPress. Competitors will complete the given CMS task using WordPress, a popular world-renowned PHP open-source CMS program. Here's what competitors will do. First, install WordPress at the designated location. Next, produce a child theme that inherits the provided theme and design according to the task. In addition, you should make plugin, add widgets as suggested in the task. In addition, you should implement a number of other functions that the task presents. When reviewing task working conditions, time limit is 3 hours, and tools allowed are as presented on the screen. Competitors are only allowed to use the given media files, such as images, texts, etc., and they can develop other files if necessary. The outcome which competitors have developed should operate on the server normally. For the preparation and prior knowledge for the task, please refer to the contents presented. Have a look at the installation environment of CMS and the information of the software. The software provided are in 2019 version, so some of them might not work in the latest settings. Please check what you are going to perform on this task. From now on, we will address CMS task using WordPress. To operate web server and database server on PC, operate XAMPP to start Apache Web Server and MySQL. From the CMS media folder in which the files to be provided to competitors, unzip WordPress.zip file in htdocs/folder and change the folder name to YYCMS module. Open web browser and install WordPress. This should be held while XAMPP is launched. In order to install, first run XAMPP and use HTTP localhost YYCMS module or virtual host with XAMPP exe to access http 01.skill.local/YYCMS module. Then installation screen will appear. Choose English as language settings and click Continue, and click on Let's Go to proceed to database information input screen. To enter database information, you should create database first. For the creation of database, on a new tab on browser, access http localhost php myadmin or using virtual host to access http 01.skill.local/php myadmin. Click the database menu at PHP myadmin. Enter WSC19CMS module at database name. Click Create button to create the database. Go back to the WordPress install screen. Enter database name, user information as shown on the screen, click Submit information and the database user information can be provided. Submit. Click. Click Run the installation on the next screen. A screen pops up to type in 5 items of administrator information. Type in Kazan Museum as site title on this screen. Type in admin for username, password as shown in the task. Since a short password is used, you should check Confirm Password. At your email, type in admin@example.com and click Install WordPress button. When the installation is completed and the login information displays, click Login to log in. ID and passwords are admin respectively. If logged in as admin, it will lead you to Dashboard, the administrating page of WordPress. Let's now install the provided theme and the child theme of it as well. Theme is a code set that changes how WordPress will look, such as the design and the layout. Theme will be saved under Themes folder, which is a subfolder of WP Content folder where the WordPress is installed. After unzipping Blank Slate 2019-1 zip at CMS Media folder and save Blank Slate folder in Themes folder. Now open the web editor to open the folder where WordPress has been installed and create a child theme of Blank Slate. The child theme is a theme that inherits the basic attributes of its parent's theme with different design and layout attribute. Start by designating parent's theme after creating a new folder inside the Themes folder to create a child theme. Generally, a child theme folder is named by adding _child at the back of its parent's theme's name. But the task designated the folder name to be Kazan Museum Tour. Create Kazan Museum Tour folder in Themes folder, then create Style CSS file. Type in the attribute of parent's theme and the name of the child theme in the Style CSS file. The parent's theme is Blank Slate and the child theme is Kazan Museum Tour. There are many other attributes that can be set, such as versions, but only the name will be set in this task. Now go to the dashboard of WordPress and set the default theme. Select Appearance menu at Dashboard, and there is Theme menu at Submenu. Here, participants can see Kazan Museum Tour theme that they have made previously. Designate as WordPress default theme by clicking Active button of Kazan Museum Tour theme. Click Home button, indicated in Kazan Museum on the top left of screen, and click Visit Site button to open the home page. A website with no particular design will be shown. The design will be changing continuously from now on. From now on, we will add a user editor. Click Home button indicating Kazan Museum to display dashboard. Press User menu at Dashboard, then the Users lists display. Click Add New. On the User Addition screen, type in username editor, email editor@example.com, and password editor. Choose Role Editor, then click Add New User button. Editor account will be added. Let's change the URL of the login page, one of the requirements of the task. We have access to WP Login PHP through the default CMS path provided. But this task requires putting in admin at end of the CMS path for users to log in. To change the URL of the login page, among the plugins provided, all-in-one WP Security and Firewall.zip should be installed. Search this file at CMS Media folder and unzip it at WP Contents Sub-Plugins folder of CMS Installation. Access the dashboard again and click Plugins menu. Then you can check All-in-One WP Security is installed. Click Activate link under this plugin to activate it. The WP Security will be added to Dashboard. Click Brute Force menu, which is a submenu of WP Security. Click the checkbox of Enable Rename Login Page feature. Type in admin in the blank space of login page URL and click Save Settings and complete the setting. Click ID on the top right of Dashboard to log out and try to log in again, and you can check the URL path of the login page has changed from WP admin to admin. Let's change the design of the login page as required by the task. Applying the image to the wallpaper and hiding the WordPress logo is the task's requirement. We will use Photoshop to carry out this task. Open one of the image files provided through Photoshop. Through Photoshop, create an image that is a little blurred. Create Images folder in Kazan Museum Tour of Theme folder and save as login.jpg. You can apply effects on the image just with CSS without using Photoshop. Through theme coding, we will change the login page design. Create CSS folder in Kazan Museum Tour and create login.css file. Create functions.php file in Kazan Museum Tour folder. This file includes several important functions which WordPress uses. Type in codes as shown on the screen in the functions.php file and save it. This code enables the login page style to be shown on the screen according to the style on login CSS file, which we have just created. We will change the login page design through designating style on login CSS file. Type in codes as shown on the screen and save it. After logging out, access the login page to check the changed design and add CSS code if needed. We will prepare the post types named Museum and News Post that the task requires. We will change the existing post type instead of creating directly in order to shorten the task solution time. Change Page into Museum and change Post into News Post. This method may be applied since the task does not require the use of the existing post type. Open Functions PHP of Kazan Museum Tour folder and add the codes as shown on the screen for this work. Then, if you refresh Dashboard, you can see the changed titles on the menus and lists. Let's add and select templates for the written texts in Museum as required by the task. When you go to the writing page by pressing the Add New button in the Museum list, there is no template selection function. Now, let's add this function. In order to add the template selection function in Museum Writing, create Template Select Museum PHP file at Kazan Museum Tour folder. Type in codes as shown on the screen, then save. If you open the writing page again, you can check on the right side. A combo box has been created to choose templates. Let's now enter the museum information on the Museum menu. For the museum information, we must use images and text files provided in the Media Files Museum folder in the CMS Media folder. Delete contents which were automatically entered when installing. Open the provided folder and upload museum's title, content, and images as shown on the screen. Repeat the former process again to upload other museum information. As shown on the screen, change the title if required. Let's set a category of the news post. To add multiple categories required by the task, select News Post and select Categories, a sub-menu. Add new categories as shown on the screen. Applying the newly added categories, we will post new news post. First, delete the content which had been posted during WordPress installation. Post News Post in all museum categories, referring to procedures shown on screen. We will set the link to the news post view pages using the category and tile of the post as required by the task. The current settings consist of the year, month, day, title of the post as shown on the screen. To change the link of news post page, go to Permalinks of Setting at Dashboard to change the settings. Select Custom Structure. Delete all default settings. Click on Category post name in written order, then click Save Changes to save. To finalize the news post page link settings, we will install WordPress SEO plugin. Find WordPress SEO 11.2.1 zip file at CMS Media. Then unzip in the Plugins folder of WordPress Installation folder. Click Plugins menu at Dashboard and activate Yoast SEO plugin. Refresh Dashboard page. Then select SEO menu and click Search Appearance menu. Apply several settings as shown on the screen. Then select News Post View to check if the new link address is applied correctly. Check again the key points of the task we've worked on in this training. In this training, we have created a website, Kazan Museum Tour, that is supported by the content management system presented as a training task using WordPress. Thank you for your hard work.